Welcome back to episode 8 of A Day in the Life of a Dallas Cowboy fan who lives in Eagles country. Yes, the city of Philadelphia, being a Dallas Cowboy fan. If you're a new viewer, a new listener, go ahead and subscribe to the podcast down below. If you're an NFL fan, especially a Cowboy fan, you'll enjoy this content as we talk about the Dallas Cowboys, my experiences of being a Cowboy fan, living in Eagles country. And if you're just an NFL fan, go ahead and subscribe to the channel because we talk about the NFL as a whole. But like I said, episode 8. And we got a big episode today, guys. Playoffs are approaching. And if you didn't watch football last week, the Eagles lost. So Dallas Cowboys' playoff future, is in the palm of our hands. We can win a division. We can be the number 2 seed, which, I'm on the fence about. But we'll talk about that later. The first thing I want to talk about in today's podcast, episode 8, are the Pro Bowlers. We got a couple guys going bowling because, of their efforts this year and helping the Dallas Cowboys win 11 games thus far. So it came out today, the Pro Bowl selections. We got Dak, MVP. We got CD, wide receiver 1. We got Brian Anger, punter. Homeboy dude got a leg. We got Deron Bland, leads the NFL interceptions. Good player. I still think that Gilmore is our best corner, but Deron Bland, definitely deserving. Zach Martin, probably the best right guard in all of football. First ballot Hall of Fame, and personally my top 3 favorite Cowboys this year. Micah Parsons, duh. We got Brandon Aubrey, field goal kicker. Yo, we came from the bottom. And we had Aubrey last year. We might have made it into the conference championship. Do y'all remember our kicking last year? Horrendous. So, Aubrey, first team All-Pro. And Marcus Lawrence, one of the best defense especially in the run-stopping game in the NFL. So, congrats to all the Cowboys out there, but means nothing. We have to win. Those Pro Bowl selections, I don't care. We have to win. We got business to take care of. So, yeah, congrats to all that. But, yo, it means nothing to a real fan like myself. So, yeah, y'all got that accolade. But how about we get a Super Bowl belt for our title? And, things can look up. So, I just want to get that out the way. The next thing I want to talk about is no other than the MVP race, right? So, we were so close, guys. I mean, I thought that Dak could get it. But after that Miami Dolphins loss, I think that pretty much crushed his dreams, the Dallas Cowboys' dreams, and the organization's dreams. But if you were to look at the NFL and the MVP ladder, pretty much the race is down between 4 guys. I'm looking at it right now in my notes. 4 guys. Lamar Jackson, Dak Prescott, Josh Allen, and CMC, Christian McCaffrey, right? And I got the stats of each player. Now, first things first. If the MVP wasn't, quarterback bias, CMC should 100% win the award. CMC has been killing it last year. And fun fact, I always knew CMC was pretty good, but I'm like, he's injury prone. He's cool. I wouldn't sell my team for him like the Panthers did. And last year in the playoffs, where the 49ers played the Eagles in the conference championship, and the 49ers got smoked, no doubt about it. But it was this one play when CMC ran through, I don't know if it was a linebacker or a safety, just ran through him, like didn't lose stride and scored. I'm like, oh, whoa, we need some of that. So after seeing that play, my respect for CMC went through the roof, right? So these 4 guys, I got the stats. Before I go through these stats, I want to give a little side note, right? Since 2008, all quarterbacks that have won the MVP have thrown for a minimum of 30 touchdown passes and have been on a team with as a number 1 or number 2 seed. Out of those 4 names, who fits that description? I'm just saying, man. We should have an MVP, but it's not going to happen, right? But like I said, all quarterbacks, a minimum of 30 touchdown passes. Of these 4 guys, 3 only quarterbacks, and only 1 has 30 touchdown passes, and only 1 has either a number 1 or number 2 seed combined, both those things together, right? So Dak leads the NFL in passing touchdowns, 32. 2 rushing touchdowns, only 8 interceptions, single digits. way better than last year, right? Over 4,200 passing yards, over 240 rushing yards, 68.4 completion percentage, and 104.2 passer rating. Sounds like MVP to me because once we take care of business this week against Washington, he'll lock up the number 2 seed. He'll have that minimum 30 touchdown passes. So I mean, I don't know what would change from past MVP requirements to now, but sounds like an MVP to me. 30 touchdowns, number 2 seed, right? Let's go to the next guy who's probably going to win it. Lamar Jackson. He only has 24 passing touchdowns, right? We said 30. He has 24. He has 5 rushing touchdowns to go with that. He has 7 interceptions. So his interceptions, touchdown to interception ratio is pretty good. Not as good as Dak, but it's pretty good. He has over 3,600 passing yards. So Dak has him in that. He has 821 rushing yards. He has like 4 times as many rushing yards than Dak, but we're talking about quarterback, right? Quarterback. He has a 67.2 completion percentage. Dak has him in that category. And his passer rating is 102.7. Now, I'm not the smartest guy, but Dak pretty much beats Lamar in every stat besides rushing yards and rushing touchdowns. And yeah, Lamar, they got the first seed, but we got the second seed. So Lamar is probably going to win the award, but comment below your thoughts, right? Next guy, Josh Allen. Josh Allen threw for 27 passing touchdowns, 15 rushing touchdowns, has over 3,900 passing yards, has over 450 rushing yards, but he has 16 interceptions. So that killed his ballot, denied. And then, like we already talked about, Christian McCaffrey, 14 rushing touchdowns, 7 receiving touchdowns, 1,459 rushing yards, and 564 receiving yards. So he has over 2,000 all-purpose yards. Tremendous year for him, right? Tremendous year. But, as we all know, if you're a sports betting guy on FanDuel, on DraftKings, they got Lamar Jackson like minus 2,000 to win it. So it's pretty much already wrapped up, on his way to his house right now in the award. Will be a second MVP. Shout out to him. Lamar is dangerous. And I mean, I'm happy for him. From him getting drafted, I think he was the last pick of the first round. And everybody's saying that, he's not a quarterback. He should play receiver. He should play this. He should play that. He's proven everybody wrong. And it's kind of funny to see all these analysts saying, yeah, we knew he could do it. No, you thought he was a receiver. But that's besides the point. My last argument for Dak is, if Dallas defense could have held on and stopped Miami and we would have won that game, the award would easily go to Dak. Easily go to Dak. Because he has the yards, he has the touchdown and interception ratios. We're about to lock up the number 2 seed. The award would have been in his crib. But the defense sold him. And I mean, can he be mad? Because the defense has bailed him out game after game this year. So, yeah, it cost him an MVP, but we got the number 2 seed and things are looking up, right? So the next thing I want to talk about is no other than the playoff picture. Now we can lock up the number 2 seed this weekend. Do we want to lock up the number 2 seed? I'll be honest with you. It's being a Dallas Cowboy fan is on the fence because it's no secret we're undefeated at home. If we get that number 2 seed, we'll have home field advantage all the way to the conference championship if the 49ers don't lose. So we'll have home field every game besides the conference championship, right? So that's one thing you got to think about with the second seed. Like, we can be at the crib every game until we have to play the 49ers, right? But being that number 2 seed, you might play a better team than if you were the 5th seed, the number 1 wild card spot, right? So I got the scenarios written down. These are the scenarios as of right now, right? So if we handle business this weekend, Saturday, if we handle business and win, we lock up the number 2 seed. If we lose and the Eagles win, they got it. Whatever. Don't care. Because like I said, that number 5 seed might be the way to go, right? But number 2 seed, if we win, we have 4 possible opponents we can play in the first round. The number 1 opponent, Rams. In order for us to play the Rams will have to lose to San Fran, which you be like, duh, but you got to think about it. San Fran, I think they're resting everybody. But the funny part is, the Rams are resting Stafford. I don't think homeboy is hurt. So I'm starting to think, I overanalyze it. Do they want to lose on purpose so they can get the 7th seed and play us? Are they disrespecting us? Right? So Rams have to lose to San Fran. Seattle has to beat Arizona, which is possible. But it's not guaranteed because Kyler Murray, they beat the Eagles last week. Arizona, they not as bummy as you may think. And the Packers have to beat the Bears, which I don't know. The Packers are hot right now, but the Bears, Justin Fields and DJ Moore as of late, they looking like, yo, they might be serious next year. You know, they might have to hold on to Justin Fields and say, yo, Caleb Williams, go wherever you go, you're not coming here, right? So play the Rams. Rams have to lose to San Fran. Seattle has to beat Arizona. Packers have to beat the Bears. The next possible opponent, Seattle. In order for us to beat Seattle, to play Seattle in the first round, they have to beat Arizona. Could happen. And the Packers have to lose to the Bears. That's a tricky game because I don't know who I will take in that game. Jordan Love is lighting it up. But the Bears, sorry. So, in order to play Seattle, they have to beat Arizona, and then they need the Packers to lose. The third possible opponent, the Packers. In order for us to play the Packers have to beat the Bears. The Rams have to beat the 49ers. This could very well happen. Unless Justin Fields lights up the Packers can beat the Bears. And like I said, the 49ers, they're resting people. So the Rams could technically beat the 49ers, and that's a rivalry right there. In division, they always go at it. So that could be interesting if we want to play the Packers. And last but not least, the Saints. In order for us to play the Saints have to beat Atlanta, the Cardinals have to beat Seattle, and the Bears have to beat the Packers. Now, I'll be honest with you. Out of these four opponents, being a second seed, we better get the Saints. We should get a weaker opponent, right? And that's the team I want to play. Out of those four teams, I want to play the Saints because I know that's the appetizer to the next round, right? So, as a Cowboy fan, we want the Saints. Out of the last three remaining possible opponents between the Rams, Seattle, and Packers, the next team I will want to face is probably Seattle. Now, I know we beat them, and it's hard to beat a team twice, but I feel like they're a weaker opponent between the Rams and the Packers, right? So it comes down to the Rams and Packers. I'll be honest with you. The team I don't want to play in the playoffs outside of the 49ers is the Rams. You got to think about it. The Rams, they got everything. Stafford's looking crazy right now. They got a rushing game, Kyron Williams. Don't know where he came from. They got Cooper Kupp, baller. They got Puka Doncic. You know what I'm saying? So to have Puka, Cooper Kupp, Kyron Williams, Stafford, and then you can't forget about the defense. Aaron Donald. You don't want to play against Aaron Donald. The Rams are dangerous. But then again, the Packers, it's hard for us to beat the Packers for some reason. In history of football, even without Aaron Rodgers, I think it's still going to be a hard game because for some reason, little number 33, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. I'm not saying his name on this channel. He always has a career day against us. And on top of that, Dez caught it. So I hope we don't play the Rams. I hope we do not play the Rams. But if it happens, it happens. We got to strap them up and get to work. Right. And then the next segment I want to talk about is our new signees. So we just signed Lyle Collins back to the squad. Our former starting right tackle. Now, I'll be honest with you. Terrence Steele, he has been looking kind of bad lately. So I don't know if we signed Lyle Collins to replace him. Probably not, because Steele just got a big contract this offseason. I think we signed Collins just in case Tyron Smith gets hurt again, because as we all know, Tyron Smith stays hurt. So Collins, I think he's more of an emergency tackle, and if somebody's out there getting bullied or killed, we can give him another shot. I'm happy to get Collins back because, Collins was that enforcer on the offensive line a couple years ago. When somebody was mistreating Dak, hitting Dak late, throw him out of bounds, Collins is out there like, yo, watch it. You better watch it back. Push them guy in his grill. Like, Collins was a real thug for us. So I'm happy to see him back, but I mean, he was a free agent for a reason. Does he still have it? I don't know. I remember him playing for the Bengals, and we played him. Michael Parsons was giving him the business. So I know he's definitely a good quality backup. Is he going to be a game changer for us? Only time will tell if we need him. But the main guy I want to talk about is Dalvin Cook. Yo, the Jets cut Dalvin Cook. They parted ways, right? Our run game it's no surprise. It's no secret. It hasn't been really good. Dalvin Cook could be a piece that we can definitely use for this playoff run. Now, TP is definitely sort of starter. He could have clipped 1,000 yards this last game of the season, but yo, I don't. It's hard to see and say TP is a scary full-time starter to go against. Now, Dalvin Cook, we all know Dalvin Cook can get busy. But, unfortunately for him, he went to a team that has, a future all-pro running back in Brees Hall. So, I mean, Dalvin Cook is out there. We need a run game. Our run game has looking kind of sluggish. Not saying it's all TP's fault because it's definitely the offensive line. There has been no holes open. But sometimes if you're that guy, you gotta make it happen, right? So I think Dalvin Cook could be a great compliment. And who knows? If he gets hot, he has the hot hands. TP, man, you might have to play second field like you have been against with Zeke early in your career. So I think Dalvin Cook is a great potential signing for us to get that run game going and help us get to the Super Bowl. We all know the offense is going through CD. No if ands about it. The best wide receiver in the NFL is going through CD. Dak, just keep feeding him the rock. I want Dak Prescott feeding CD Lamb the rock like Dante Culpepper was feeding Randy Moss back in Madden 2003. Just throw that thing up. He going to get open. All right. So in order for us to win the Super Bowl, we have to play flawless. Keep feeding CD. Mike McCarthy, please don't forget your playmakers. Keep feeding CD. Do not force feed Gallup. And, gotta get the run game going. Whether that's TP or we sign Dalvin Cook, nice change of pace backs on both of them. And our defense keep playing lights out. We haven't had too many defensive touchdowns as of late. So that'll be nice to see get back going in the playoffs. And special teams, do not fall for another fake punt. Please do not fall for a fake punt. But yeah, man, day in the life of a Dallas Cowboy fan who lives in the Philadelphia Eagles territory. One quick story time I do want to talk about is, after last week's loss for the Eagles, right? So, as you guys know, if you're a Cowboy fan, living out here is hard. You lose, don't go to work. Eagles win, don't go to work. You lose and the Eagles win, you might need to find a new job, right? So it's kind of crazy because it's been kind of quiet. And fans they get out here, they kind of turning on the Eagles. I'm not saying all fans. A couple of fans I'm around, they're like, man, we got no shot. Oh man, AJ Brown doesn't want to play first no more. Nick Sirianni, he ain't squat. Why we lose both our coordinators? Last time I checked, y'all said both of them coordinators was trash. Last time I checked, y'all said both of them coordinators was trash. But hey, man, I'm not gonna lie. I'm happy we have the division in our hands. Now we just have to finish it off and win. But hey, another quiet day with no Eagles fans talking trash is another great day. Day in life of a Cowboy fan. Don't forget to subscribe, comment below your favorite team and your confidence in your team heading into postseason. But see you guys next time.